Alright, hello guys and girls, this is an example. I'm back on the Third Echelon Server and today I'm going to go head over to the witch farm and fix it. Yeah, it's been a while. The thing's been broken for some time now, so I've decided that it's time to fix it. Now I'm over at Venice, over at the spawn town, and there's Alamantus, his little tower that he's building over there. It'd be quite interesting to see what it looks like when it's done. But yeah, spawn town. It's come a long way since we've last looked at it. We should probably do a tour sometime, but we'll just leave it for now. So we're going to head over to the witch farm, yeah, and do some stuff there. And most likely we will fall to our death maybe a couple of times, but I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, on the way there, bloop. Oh gosh, I didn't put my boots on. I don't have my wellies on. I don't know what you guys call them. Gumboots, wellies, galoshes, I guess. I don't know what the Americans call them. Rubber boots? I don't know. Anyway, so we're heading over through Spawn Town, and gosh, this looks great. This is what Pecos has been working on, or Pecos. I call them Pecos because it's like PE. It's probably Pecos, but let's go. Take a quick. Oh gosh, there's another building. Wow, I did not even realize. He's been busy. Check this out, man. I tell you what, he comes on and he bashes out a building like that just in no time. What's up with that? This guy's crazy. Look at it. It's amazing. All right, anyway, let's go without delay. Let's head on over and get started on this project today. Okay, here we are, we've arrived, and this is the witch farm. If you haven't seen this before, it's pretty fun. We've got two iron, some iron golem farms up there, two of them, as well as a little gold farm in there up just above the pad up there, and yeah, so I've gutted it. The reason being was that I had trouble with my shifting floor design, and it just kept getting jammed up with random blocks. I'm not sure what's been happening there, but anyway, so we're going to go up there and work on that. I just need to grab some resources and switch out what I've got and put some protective gear on, and we shall get into it. Okay, now I've grabbed some things and bits and pieces. We'll head on up and we'll just discuss what we're going to do here. Now, it's a complete mess up here, so just bear with me while I sort of sort this out. Now, this whole thing, I might have to rip up this whole pad here, this pretty much the roof of this, and lift it up quite a lot. I'm also going to have to dig out this particular area here all the way down to where the splat pad is. That's where the iron golem is inside there. And I'm also going to have to extend the ring, the place where I've just come up from. We'll look at it later, by one block in every direction, so it's quite a lot of rebuilding I'm going to have to do this, but I guess we'll just have to roll with it. Okay, so I want to discuss why there are fence posts here, and there is a reason why I'm using these, and I have looked into it. I'm still not fully 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is what happens. This particular open fence acts as an air block. Their mobs can actually still apparently spawn in here, which is what I want. So basically I'm saying if there's a fence here, I want to allow mobs to spawn here, but because it's glass they can't. But it stops the algorithm from thinking that there's a solid block here, so that it will allow pack spawns to happen a lot easier. And the reason I'm doing got fences here is because there's going to be water flowing all the way along here, and I don't want it to spill off the side. But that is the thinking there. Now I did look into it a little bit, had a little look around on the net, and it seems to be the case, but I guess I don't know for sure because I have not looked in the code. Oh my gosh, let's see if we can help you to your death. Yep. So anyway, these pigmen are going to make this a little bit difficult, aren't they? Alright, so I'm going to start preparing this area. I'm going to replace all this cobble here with just white glass. That's what I need to do. So let's go ahead and do that now. And on top of that, I'll be placing my dispensers, which are going to hold the water. Now, this is the top floor. Alright, so that's that bit there done. And what I need to do is just grab some dispensers and just place them along here. Now, if you want to see... Oh, gosh. I'm not going to do the whole thing as a tutorial because I've done a tutorial on this already. So you can go check that tutorial out. I'll put a link in the description. So, yeah, go check that out. Now, I need to place all these all the way along. Except for there. Right. And that's going to have a bucket of water in each one. I'm going to wait to put that in last. I need to put some solid blocks. I was trying to work something out with pistons here, but there's just not enough room. I'll lose one spawning area if I use that. It's beside the point. Right, so we need to put in a load of buckets of water into here. That's the only problem with this design. And the other one is there was a bit of a shut-off problem where somehow the game messes up and it keeps the water on. Now I'm not exactly sure what to do about that, but I could probably put some kind of detection in to see if the water's on. If it is, turn it off. Alright, so I got some more string. I've also put a little water source, well, I made this water source thingy here. Infinite water. Oh gosh, just get out of here. And so what I need to do now is just finish off putting the string on. Get out. Those guys are going to be annoying. I'm going to hit one of them soon. Yeah, 3 ticks of delay, so that's just one more there, so that should be good. And then that goes into a solid block. Some redstone dust on top of this block, and whoa. Then to finish it off, just a redstone torch on there, and it should flush all my... Oh, this could be bad actually. Now witches can spawn. If I hop on there now, I'm going to get washed off. So that's actually now an active floor, which is good. Now I need to put some glass on top of these fence gates because we will they will walk off the side, so we don't want that. So let's go ahead and do that. I should have done this earlier. I can survive that, and then we go like that. So that floor there. Now if any mob spawns in there, it's just going to wash off and fall down that slot. Now what I should probably do now is actually fix the drop area for these mobs, because if I don't, I'm going to have a ton of witches standing on that those blocks of glass down there. Actually, just see what happens with this pigman, if he falls through or not. No, it hasn't come through. He's just walked off the side. Right, so I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to dig out the drop. Let's see if we can get this sorted. Gosh, so I've got to move all of this. Oh, that's such a pain. Oh man, there's lots of redstone. This is going to take forever. Oh man. Alright, I might have made a discovery, a problem with the design, and now other people have found this too, that the water stays on sometimes, and I think it's because we had these tripwire hooks one block towards this direction, just above those glass blocks there, and what happens is that when the mobs get flushed down here like this and they hit the tripwire hook, the system unloads, but they somehow swim up with the water and then re-trigger it, causing a false mob detection, and it causes the water to stay on. So I've moved these blocks back, well, to the right here, one block, so no longer on top of this glass, and I'm going to just see how this works for a little bit, because I kind of think that there is a problem here that needs to be sorted. Otherwise this floor is just going to be is going to be useless really. So I may have to go back to my tutorial and amend something depending on my findings. Anyway, so I'm going to go and AFK here for a little bit and see if I can get something to spawn and see if I can watch this in person. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fixed it. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that it stays on all the time until it drop out. There we go. That's exactly what I want. So it doesn't matter if something new drops down. Now the top floor is always going to be problematic because we're going to have mobs dropping down as mobs are flowing out. So we have to keep an eye on it. It's a bit different from the standard mob, well, the standard witch farm that other people are going to build because of that. But anyway, let's just see how that goes. I think we should be okay. Now I believe that I'm also going to have to move the top floor as well. Oh gosh, I am too. I'm going to have to make it longer by 1 block. Man, I'll tell you what, I did a really botch up job with this the last time I built this. Okay, so this floor is done. I believe we're going to be okay with that. So we're going to go down to the next level now, which is going to be a little bit harder because we are going to have to somehow get down here without falling down. Okay, there is another problem. Apparently if a witch is on this block here and then moves to this block here, it can actually trigger this to turn off even though it should be on, which is a problem. Man, I'm telling you, this is becoming a bit of a nightmare. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put fences here where the glass block is, and the water's going to flow over that, but it won't allow a witch to walk onto this block, so hopefully that'll stop that from happening. Yeah, that's a problem. So I'm probably going to use cobble fences for that. So now I need to get down and then back here. So let's just leave that platform there and just jump down, get some cobblestone fences together and try this out. Oh dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, well, the 3 floors are in, and I managed to somehow work out how to fix the water staying on. Now, I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I believe it may be a directional thing, where the falling edge circuit is facing a certain direction. Now, I have no idea why that happens, but I do know that a lot of redstone contraptions that are made don't work if you change direction, so I guess there's something to look at. But I do actually have an idea, and I'm going to upgrade the water feature in this particular type of farm and do away with the falling edge circuit altogether, I think. And I think I've got an idea and how to do this. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'll give it a go. But I'm not going to do it right now. What I need to do now is I need to raise the ceiling of this farm up to I guess this level. It's going to be a pain because I've got to take away all of this and rebuild it, so yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some more supplies, and I'm going to start building this, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Oh dear. Alright, I'm going to admit a little bit of defeat here. I've spent a little bit of time testing this out, and every single floor got stuck on, and oh man, I tell you what, I know exactly what's going on, because I did some tests in creative before I started talking about this right now, and it so turns out that I've just pulled out these blocks here with the tripwire hooks on. It turns out that this spawning of witches is so fast that one can spawn just before the system turns off, and what that means is the signal that goes to turn the water off doesn't actually quite trigger, and it actually yeah, it doesn't turn the water off at all, and then the witch stands in here with the tripwire hooks activated, which means that it can't actually turn off at all. so that stays on, and that's really bad. It's actually really bad. I've got mobs spawning down there. I've got so much work to do. It's actually very bad, which means that I can't use this design. Now it works fine in a single player world for a little while. After a while, a few hours, it will actually also do the same thing. It's obviously a bug. It shouldn't actually happen, but it does. So we have to rework this whole thing. Now I actually have an idea, and the idea is I'm going to have to use some comparators now, unfortunately, which changes the whole purpose of this design, which was to make it simple and easy. We're going to need comparators now. So I'm going to go gather some resources, and I'm going to go ahead and change this a little bit. So also another thing that's going to be wrecked is I'm using these fence posts, and the fence posts here are actually to basically work as air gaps. So effectively there's no block there when they're open. So mobs can actually spawn on this block, but because it's glass they can't, if that makes sense. So it kind of makes this a little bit more efficient. But now I'm going to have to place do I have to place... Yeah, I'm going to have to place a half slab along here, because I need to place the tripwire hooks in the opposite direction now. So instead of having them going across this way, as they are, where I'm standing now, this is where the tripwire hook is going to be. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of rambling a little bit because it's going to be a little bit hard to explain. So I guess the only really next thing to do is to actually go ahead and rip all this out, and well, most of it out, and start again. And I'll rebuild the new platforms how they should be, and we should get going very shortly. Yep, it's going to be one of those days. Oh man, I've got a ball and chain. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Throw it out for a piece of me. Ugh, come on. Yes, another potion with an X. This is great. This is the second potion I've ever had. Should I get rid of? Sticks. Potion of healing, instant health. What do you know? Okay, so this is the deal. Once I stop twitching, we're going to have a little setup like this now. So instead of having the tripwire hooks come from, well, the other direction, we're going to have them go across like this. Now this is going to be a lot better. Alright, so we got this sorted out. It was a little bit more tricky than I thought. I couldn't remember. So basically the tripwire hooks will power the redstone, which is going underneath this sort of dark oak half slabs. So you can see that line there. Goes through that repeater into that block, and then goes underneath. Well, goes through here by this redstone into the dropper, and then that'll power the dropper. It'll force the item out into the hopper, and it will stay in the hopper while it's powered. That means this line goes off, so the redstone turns off, and then this comparator turns on, and then that turns this line on, and so on. It's too technical. I don't know, I can't explain it. No, I left my crafting bench right there. I think any kind of mob will spawn on that. Alright, so we're just waiting here for a little bit. I'm going to see if any witches spawn. We should be able to see them from here. And what we hope to see happen is that the water turns on, flushes them off, and then turns off again once they've gone down. Now, I need to repeat this another 2 times, sorry. So it's three floors in total. And then this whole thing will be active again. How did a witch even spawn up the top there? I don't know. Alright, still waiting for the witches to spawn. Come on, come on. Alright, there we go. 3 witches just spawned. Oh, 4. Nice. And they should all fall down, and then the floor will turn off, and then we reset. Now, this is foolproof. It really is. I tested this out for ages, and it cannot be tricked into staying on. It'll always turn back off. So we're pretty safe with this design. It's a little bit more cumbersome than the other one, and I'm really upset the other one doesn't work properly. but we have to fix these things, don't we? We fixed it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and do the other 2 floors, and then I'm going to rework the shifting floor where the pigmen are. And basically I'm just going to not make it a shifting floor, I'm just going to put water down. So when they step out of the portals inside there, they will just land on the water. There's some watchers, yay! They land on the water and they'll just get flushed out automatically down the tube. So that'll fix everything. I won't have to worry about any shifting floors anymore. I'm done with shifting floors. They are obsolete in my opinion. This is actually a very quick floor design. It is actually quick. Now I know people have argued before that it's actually slower, but look at that. Look how many witches just came out there. Was it 6 or 7? 7 in one go. You can't tell me that's slow. that's pretty amazing. So I need to do a lot of work around here now to tidy this up. I will get back to you once I've done the other 2 floors, and then we'll head down and we're going to rework this whole bottom area, which means I've got to rebuild pretty much most of it. Alright, there we go, we're done. It's all done, all 3 floors are done, and we've got witches dropping down, so we just need to keep an eye on this for a little bit and test it out. But it looks like it's pretty good. Now, I still need to go up there and do the pigman pad, and I'm going to do that very shortly. But I just want to just sit here for a little bit and just test this out a little bit longer. But actually, so far it's been pretty good. Alright, so this is inside. Now I've taken out the shifting floor. Now you might see that the portals are different sizes here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to grab some obsidian and I'm going to make them the same size again. So that when the pigmen walk off, they end up walking on the same platform. There we go. So I need to go grab some obsidian, obviously a flint and steel, and I need to get rid of all these cobwebs and all the torches. Alright, let's try that again. So I'm going to put some water down all the way across here like this, and this is the best way to do it, I guess, because what we want to do now is push all the mobs down that hole there. Now the problem that I've got now is that I'm going to end up down that hole, so that's good. Anyway, that's going to work. Next step is to build a platform up the top here, like I said before, and put down a block of water and see how far it goes. So I'm going to have to go do that now. I'm going to have to build myself another crafting table, because I'm not going to go all the way down just to do this. Right, now, next step is to grab a bucket of water. And now we have one of those handy, just 1 or 2. We're going to place a bucket of water down there and see how far it goes, and unfortunately it's going to fill up the whole room. So we're going to have to use signs, I think. Fence posts. Fences. Yes, I've got fences on me. That's fine, that'll work. Or gates. Fence gates. That'll be just fine. Oh. Oh. Now I'm falling down. Okay, well I'm also stay down here then. And break these. Alright, let's break all these. And hopefully not fall down ourselves. Oh, that was around the wrong way. It's going to bother me now forever. So now the mobs are going to fall down this hole, and then they're going to fall down here, which is going to be perfect. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully that works out for us. It's kind of a bit of a huge workaround to a little silly problem. But I'm not going to move the whole wall of this whole thing over by 1 block. There's no way I'm doing that, ever. It's not going to happen. Ta-da! We're done! Alright, I guess that's all ready to go. Okay, well there we go, we're done. That's this episode wrapped up in a nutshell. Oh man, I tell you what, that was hard work. Those witches were killing me left, right and centre. Oh man. Anyway, okay, so we've updated the flushing floor system, and it works great now. There has been no problem with it sticking. The mobs are getting flushed down there pretty quickly. Things I'd change about this build now, I'd probably change the white glass out for some black glass, because then I can see what's inside there a bit easier. I may do that one day, or I may not. I've got around having to rebuild the bottom section there. Oh man, thank goodness for that. That would have taken ages. So yeah, we're pretty good. And I like the way it's looking now, actually. It's actually looking pretty sweet. I thought that the new kind of flushing floor system would make it look a bit ugly. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There's a few little things I'd like to do, little cosmetic things I'd like to do, change it up a little bit. But I'll leave that for another day, and I'll ponder that for a little bit too. I'll sort of think about what I want to do. But loving it, loving this. It's actually working really well. The system's running pretty sweet, and the witches are dropping pretty nicely. So we're good. We're all good. All good to go. Oh man. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So, yeah, we have a problem still. Now, I left this running for 5 hours. That's 5 whole hours. No trouble at all. The trouble with the water staying on here now, that is basically because I logged in. And as I logged in, a witch spawned. Oh, it's raining. And then disappeared, and it turned it on, but didn't turn it off. Now, technically, there is no way it's actually possible for this to actually fail. But due to the timing in the redstone and what happened on the server when I logged in, and the witch spawning, it still managed to stuff it up. So this is quite a big fail for me. This is not very fun at all. Now, I've been thinking about how to fix this problem. Now, I do know how to detect if the water is flowing, and that's without using boats. I just need to think of a way how to turn the water off if the water's on, if you know what I mean. It's actually quite difficult. It's more difficult than you think it is. So, I need to go fix this, reset that, and I actually might have to add a reset to it, a manual reset, because this is going to be a problem. Alright, I'm actually super convinced that this is a bug, because it actually took 2 clicks to turn the dispensers off again. Now, 2 clicks means basically you turn one click to turn it on, 1 click to turn it off. I had to do 2 clicks to turn it off. Now that sounds a little bit strange to me, so I'm going to assume that this is a bug, and hopefully it'll work eventually once they update all the redstone stuff. I don't know. It's a problem for sure, but anyway, let's just leave it there for now. As you can see, it's working fine. The witches are spawning and dropping off the floors. Not that you can really see too well in the rain here, but it's definitely happening. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is all back in action. Everything's working again. The iron farms are back together. Somehow they disappeared, vanished. It must have been when the updates took the stuff out somehow, but I don't know. Okay, so we are good.